Good morning, everybody. My name is MiAh the King, and the letter of the day today is M for MovieHouse, the film studio tycoon. If you hadn't guessed, that's the game we're taking a look at today. Developed by Odyssey Studios and published by Assemble Entertainment. Super sorry I didn't have a more funny joke at the beginning. I'm kind of still waking up this morning. So, these guys, now listen to this, they actually brag about saving the world one game at a time. I mean, no, like, seriously, if you open up this game and see their logo, they're saying that they're saving the world one game at a time. Well, whatever. I mean, I'm not too sure about that, but moving on. Did you see this main menu screen? What the heck is this? It's gonna give me a headache. So, this game was released not in early access and is selling for 11 American dollars. Now, I know what you're thinking. What is up with that title screen? Am I right? Well, it's been a while since I took a look at a game like this, so sit back and enjoy while we get into it, I guess. But man, that yellow is hurting my eyes. Basically, in this game, you play as a movie-making tycoon manager, as I'm sure you could have guessed. Or maybe you're the director, I'm not too sure, but who cares, you're making movies. If you ever played Game Dev Tycoon, it's a lot like that. You have a sandbox little square set that you can't really do anything with, and eventually you'll have to upgrade and go to the next one, and the bigger one, and the cooler one as you get more popular and successful. You have a writer and producer, possibly more, I don't know. With my time in the game, I didn't really figure out a whole lot, or see a whole lot, but yeah, so your job is to make movies the way you want. You can give them a title, you can choose what genre it is, you get to pick the actors, and did I say you get to name the scripts? Well, you do. And basically you just make your own movies and grow your indie film company up into a massive Hollywood success story. That's pretty much the game. It's point and click. You have to write the script, film it, cast it, and then find a way to get it published to get money. Now then, let's go into the positives before the negatives and then my final thoughts, okay? So, the first thing for the positives is the creativity and the intuitive idea of this game. I mean, sure, it's a simulator game where you point and click, and we've seen a bunch of those, but this game does take it to another level where you can see people going into a movie theater to watch your movie and then give reviews on it. You can see the poster of your movie right before it plays. I'm not sure if you ever get to customize the poster or not. I didn't seem to be able to, but maybe later on it'll let you pick from some options, which I really like. Then you've got the creativity of each movie and how to handle it, including pop-up random events that will require you to make a decision, which can help or hinder the movie depending on how much you know about stuff like this. So overall, I like the ingenuity and I like the idea of this game. The next positive is that price tag. Considering what you're getting here, and considering how much is being offered total, plus the length and replayability options of this game, that price tag is very appropriate. In case you didn't hear it earlier, it's $11, at least here in the United States. But that's all I've got for the positives. I hope you were hanging around. I mean, it's only been, what, 2 minutes? So hopefully you're still here. But now I gotta go into all the negatives about this game. By the way, I really hope you guys out there can support my channel. It's super easy. Please don't forget to do it if you're thinking about doing it. All you gotta do is like, leave a comment, or hit that bell or that subscribe button. I mean, it may not seem like much, but each of those things really helps my videos be seen, which is what's going to help improve the success rate of my channel. So, you know, every little bit helps, and they mean a lot to me. I try to thank everyone who helps me out. So please do so, and if you find this informative at all, that would be very much appreciated. Now then, on to all the negatives I got about this game, so I hope you're still tuning in. First up, the game stability. Now, this game released, like, I don't know, some 4 hours ago, before I even woke up. But when I woke up, I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to start doing this video as soon as I can. So technically, I'm still a little late, but still. The thing I'm trying to get at here is that it's been several hours since they released the game, and they haven't released a patch to fix this crap yet. And that makes me wary about whether or not they're ever going to patch it, or if they even care. I mean, do you see this? Do you see this gameplay? Does it look like my video is lagging or not playing or glitchy or whatever? The patchiness, the frame rate dropping? I mean, the stuff just slowly loading in? That's not the video, that's the actual gameplay. I know I've said in the past that it's my video, not the gameplay, but here it's the opposite. My video is running fine. This is the gameplay. The gameplay, it's playing like it's in early access, and it's barely working. I actually had to stop playing it after an hour or so because it was making me nauseous. It's, to me, pretty much unplayable right now in its current state. I don't know how people are giving this positive reviews on Steam. I don't know how they're able to play it. This choppy, freezy gameplay, after putting the quote-unquote graphics and gameplay on best performance option, it's still awful, and it's making me very wary about whether or not, like, what would happen if I kept it on default. How badly would it play? I mean, this is awful. Maybe you haven't seen a whole lot of it yet, but keep watching the video and you will. Hell, it's so bad that when I alt-tab my game to write my script as I was playing, you know, so I wouldn't forget because I take notes, It was actually slowing down the rest of my computer. Even typing this right now is lagging simply because this game is in the background. That's pretty bad. I don't even know how that happens. It doesn't even seem like that big of a game or like it's taking up that much processing speed. But I mean, that could be patched out, right? Well, sure, but what about that UI, that user interface? They should probably patch that out too and replace it. I mean, it's such a jumbled, confusing mess that you see that person over there on the left of my screen, that little character sheet thing that's right there, my producer. See how their little face and all their information bubble is right next to my, I don't know, I guess those are my quests. But do you see? Yeah, they're too close together and it won't let me click on her little next state button to improve the movie she's filming. I have to click wildly to try and click it to get it to work because it's too close together. Plus, look at this. Do you have any idea what's going on here? I sure don't. I can't tell where anything is. I only get a pop-up tooltip bubbles on some things, not all, so I'm completely lost as to what does what here and what that button means. Oh, and speaking of bad user interface, did you see that title screen? I know I mentioned it earlier, but holy cow, how lazy can you get? Hell, I can make a title screen better than that, and I don't know squat about game design. They just put a green background with a little drawings and then words. Next up is the tutorial. Yep, if you're a regular to my channel, you must have seen this one coming, and since the tutorial was not in the positives, I'm sure you can guess where it ended up. Right here in the negatives. It's awful. It barely comes up to teach you anything, and when it does, it's vague, missing information, confusing, and hard to control when the UI and the stability is so crappy. So because of the awful tutorial, I barely understand what's going on or what to do. I have no idea how to hire new actors or new writers or producers, I have no idea how to gain research points, and I barely understand how to use them. And when finally producing a movie to sell so I can earn some money, again, I have no idea what's going on. So the game didn't teach me anything. I don't know anything about this. I just stumbled my way through it for an hour trying to figure it out. But why are my movies not making any money? When I unlock the research that allows me to do any genre, why am I only still able to do action, adventure, and fantasy? How do I unlock new ones? See what I mean? It doesn't tell me. Finally, the gameplay itself. While the whole idea of point-and-click simulator game is kind of appealing to certain people, including myself, the way it's done here is simply ridiculous. Since you barely have any idea what's going on, and since the game is confusing with that awful UI, and since it's playing in such a crappy, choppy state, it's literally no fun, even for just a boring point-and-click game. But even if they fixed the UI and the stability and the tutorial, it's still boring. I mean, you click on something, and then you watch a loading bar. That's the gameplay, with an occasional pop-up event you have to react to, and an occasional naming of a new movie. It's just boring. Click a couple buttons and then watch a loading screen. That's the gameplay, that's it. How is it that Game Dev Tycoon was able to use this formula to such success, and these guys somehow botched it up entirely? You know what? I think I'm done. Don't buy this game. It's not worth your time or money. For me, in its current state, it's simply unplayable. For $10, you'd be wasting your money on something hardly playable, incredibly boring, and very, 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 very lazy. You could just feel the laziness oozing out of this game. I mean, sometimes you could just tell, you know? And this game is lazy as hell, and you can just tell. You could feel it. And I lost my game in less than an hour, because despite making 3 movies and having 1 actually being sold to a real movie studio, for some reason, I'm just not earning any money, and went into the red and lost. 3 movies and no money in income. Like, at all? I mean, at least in game dev, even if the game was terrible, I still earned money from it, or I had side jobs to help me earn money so that way I wouldn't go bankrupt. So, yeah, that's my review. Don't buy this game. But hey, if you're super into this idea and you really wanted to try it, then I recommend you put it on your wish list and wait a month to see if they make any big updates to fix any of the problems I mentioned. If they did, sure, check it out then, but I would still be cautious about it. You can't trust anybody these days. And as of right now, it ain't worth it. So put it on wish list and wait. Okay, everybody? Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found my video fun or at least informative. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know in the comments down below, and I can't wait to see you all again on my next adventure. So until then, I bid you all farewell.